Welcome back into another stud rankings video. Today I'm going to rank all 30 major league dugouts. Now, the thing with baseball is you have a bunch of quirks with baseball more than any other sports, especially when it comes to teams and their ballparks. Something different about each and every team and their stadium. And dugouts are universally sort of the same, quirks to each and every one that have their own little personality. But of course, it's a dugout. I'm gonna rank all 30 dugouts here. The worst dugout in all of baseball, that is going to belong to the Oakland Athletics. Now, this is the final month of Oakland A's baseball. As of the recording of this video, the A's are no longer going to be a franchise. They're going to move over to Sacramento. The Oakland Coliseum is going to go away. So the Oakland Coliseum coming in at number 30th here. Their dugouts are horrible. They don't even have a stand. It's literally hanging out, and I think it's the worst thing in baseball. Number 29 is going to be the Chicago Cubs Wrigley Field dugouts. The Cubbies dugouts are the most tightest I've ever seen in baseball. These dugouts are tight. Every time I look at them, I see players having to go sideways to walk through them. They're extremely tight, and I think they need renovation. Following up at number 28 is the Boston Red Sox. So two of the oldest stadiums here in the big leagues, and Fenway Park, the Red Sox dugouts are also not as tight as Wrigley Field. There's like two poles in the middle of the dugouts. That's kind of a Fenway Park thing, a bunch of obstructions. Number 27, I have the New York Mets. I've never been a fan of these dugouts. Like, whenever I watch them on TV or whatever, I'm just not a fan of the configuration of the Citi Field dugouts, and that's why I have it at 27. 26, I have the Houston Astros, and they're kind of similar to the Mets dugouts, where there's like a little space. There's like spaces towards the end of each dugout. It's a really tight dugout at that as well compared to most. So I don't like that. The Astros and Mets have similar dugouts that I do not like. 25, I have the Milwaukee Brewers. So it's not terrible, but it's just average / okay range, and the Brewers fall right into that range at number 25. 24, I have San Diego Padres Petco Park dugouts, and these dugouts are relatively small in comparison. They're not horrible, but they are on the smaller side, so that's why I have them ranked at number 24. 23, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates, also a mediocre dugout, a great ballpark, obviously a great view. Kind of going by their size, if you will, and the quirks inside dugout, not the surroundings. And the Pirates dugout is really average. 22, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. So this Phillies dugout is a little bit too tight for me in that Phillies dugout. It's a good dugout, but just a little bit too tight. Number 21, the Texas Rangers. So one of the newer ballparks, if not the newest ballpark, the Texas Rangers. Their dugout is a little bit odd to me. Like, every time I watch a game there at Globe Life, I just find their dugout a little bit too far, too much space, if you will. Like, there's a little bit too much space in Globe Life Field's dugout. Number 20, I have the Chicago White Sox. This is about as average of a dugout as you can find. There's nothing really to hate on with the White Sox dugout. It's just mediocre. Number 19, the Cleveland Guardians. Same thing here. I know the Guardians are changing their configuration around the ballpark at Progressive Field. Their dugouts, I would like to see a renovation. I think they could use a renovation. Number 18, the Minnesota Twins. The Twins, kind of a similar dugout to a lot of the other teams I mentioned. A little bit too tight for me. The Twins, it's a nice dugout, but still a little bit too tight for me when I watch games at Target Field. Number 17, I have the Detroit Tigers. Just an average dugout here. Nothing really bad to say about the Comerica Park dugouts. I think they could use a little bit of reconfiguration, but as is, they're not bad. Number 16, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Rays, Tropicana Field, obviously one of the worst ballparks in baseball. Some things that are really good about Tropicana Field, if you take away the big white dome, I think Tropicana Field will be okay. That's an unpopular opinion, but that's how I feel. At number 15, I have the Baltimore Orioles Camden Yards. This is an average dugouts. Baltimore Camden Yards going to get some renovations, and that ballpark desperately needs it. At number 14, I have the Cincinnati Reds Great American Ballpark. One of the longer dugouts, I think, in all of baseball. Like, they're halfway down the line in that dugout, but yeah, Great American Ballpark comes in at number 14. Coming in at number 13, I have the Nationals. Have a big little walkway up to the field. I do like that a little bit. It stands out to me when I watch National games at Nationals Park. I do like that walkway up. At number 12, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Cardinals have a really nice dugouts. Not much to complain about here with this dugout. It's a really nice dugout. Benches look really nice. and the fences look really nice, and I think everything is well put together with the Cardinals dugout. We get a number 11 out, the Colorado Rockies. Once again, really nice, spaced out, really well put together when it comes to the benches and the fences. There's a lot of breathing room there for everybody to kind of hang out, and I like the Rockies Coors Field dugouts. Number 10, I have the Kansas City Royals. So Kauffman Stadium cracks the top 10 with our dugouts, and I do like their dugouts. Spacious, and I know Kauffman Stadium is kind of going away here pretty soon, but their dugouts are pretty nice. Number 9, I have the Angels dugouts at Angels Stadium. I think the Angels have pretty good dugouts. Not the best in the business, but for what they are at Angels Stadium, I think they're pretty solid. Coming in at number 8, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Dodgers come in at number 8 for me on the dugout list. I like the Dodgers dugouts, the home, the away side. Both are pretty similar. There's really not much of a difference on either side, and I think they're really great dugouts. A lot of space, they're well put together with the benches, the fences. There really is nothing bad about the Dodgers Stadium dugouts. I think they're one of the best in baseball, and they could easily be higher on this list. Number 7, I have the Seattle Mariners. So T-Mobile Park. They have nice dugouts, a lot of space there. I like their dugouts. Number 6, I have the New York Yankees. So you see the grass there, turf, on the ground. I'm not really big on the turf thing. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I think some other teams have like dirt even. But yeah, the Yankees have great dugouts. That's not to be a surprise, and they come in at number 6. 5, I have the San Francisco Giants Oracle Park dugouts. I like these dugouts a lot. All put together on the benches as well. Oracle Park comes in at number 5. 4, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks at Chase Field. Their dugouts, I know they get a bad rap for their benches. Obviously, I'm not in the dugouts. I've never been in those dugouts, obviously. So I don't know firsthand experience about if the benches are like too low or whatever, or curved. But for what it is, just the style symmetrical part of the D-backs dugout, I do like their dugouts. Coming to number 3, I have the Miami Marlins. The Marlins crack the top 3 here. I like the Marlins dugouts. They're really even. They're really spacious. They're well put together. The benches, the fences, they all go together well, and the Marlins did a great job with their dugouts. Speaking of doing a good job, that's what the Toronto Blue Jays did at number 2. I mean, these renovations were phenomenal at Rogers Center. For their new renovations, it fits their ballpark like a glove, and their dugouts are reaping the benefits of that. Go back and look at their last dugout before renovations. It was really bad, really run down. Now it's modern, sleek. It looks great, and they come in at number 2. Coming in number 1 for me on the dugout list on all of baseball, it's going to be Truist Park, the Atlanta Braves, having the best dugouts in all of baseball. There's plenty of room on the fences, plenty of room on the benches, and like I said, there's a ton of space, and they're well put together. One of the newer ballparks in baseball, so it's expected they'd be high on this list, and they cracked number 1, the best dugouts in all of baseball. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section about my stadium dugout list. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. As always, I will catch you guys on the next video.